Now we're going to get into the fun, making some ornaments, making some tags, making some Christmas decorations. We've got a great range, which you've just seen in our little scan of the table, of shapes. Different sizes, different products. They're all white, so they're a really beautiful canvas if you want to embellish onto them, or you can just leave them, because I think white on white is gorgeous. So I'm just going to show you some really, really simple things to start with. We've got, have you seen these? You should all have one of these. So I'll be going through the must-have things to do. Put all your creative bits out. So when you're working, I've pre-cut some ribbon, I've got the Kindy Glitz out, I've got some fasteners happening, I've got a little attache, double-sided tape, pair of scissors. So that way you don't have to get up and get down. If you get inspired, if you want to try something, then that gives you an ability to start straight away and not stop and start and stop the creative juices. The best thing to do is have a little hole punch. Now I've got hundreds of little hole punches, as you can imagine, and paper cutters and the whole works, but we're going to keep it very simple. This paper cutter I love because it's got a little shape to it. So it's not just a simple hole, you can see. It's a little love heart. And we've got love hearts, we've got stars, we've got a whole myriad of different things. So you can see the little love heart, it's sweet. So it has a little embellishment there. The nice thing too is it's a little hole. When you do your holes to put ribbons through or any sort of making your garlands, don't use a hole punch. It's big, it's chunky, your ribbon's going to go through, it's going to look quite ugly. So invest in a little hole punch at your local craft shop or $2 shop or whatever. So I'm just going to put some love hearts into my little butterfly. You can also run them down and make them creative and beautiful, but I'm keeping it really, really simple. I would, with this, keep them all white. That's my sort of preference, but they are beautiful and we'll embellish some little ones in a sec. The nice thing, we might go over here. The nice thing to do with this though is then I put some blue tack on the back of that and I folded the wings up, and you can imagine as a breeze comes through or something, you've got your butterfly and your butterfly will move, and that's amazing. It's really pretty, they're beautiful, they're solid so they're not going to fly off. Just make sure you use the right amount of blue tack. Big Christmas trees. Remember when we were kids, we'd all make Christmas tree decorations and craft and make some great things. I quite like the Christmas trees. I actually stick them on a wall and make a tree of trees, which I'll show you a little bit later. So that's quite lovely because you can get some quite fun things happening. You can also use them as table stands, table numbers. Glue them around to a jar. If you have a jar, you can just sort of stick it to the front of the jar and put it there. You can use a candlestick, so you can wrap that around as a little ornament. There's a lot of things you can do with the tree, but just keep that in mind. We're going to come back to that a little bit later. We've got some circles. The circles I love, because a circle can be anything. I'll do a little project with you now where we'll put the tree on the circle and make that into a hanging ornament. You can also personalise people's names onto them. They're very cool. They're also great little cards. So if you wanted to do some Christmas decoration on here, and then you write your Christmas card on the back and put that into an envelope, that's quite divine. So I might keep that really, really exploring the whole white on white. Double-sided tape is your friend. Again, I've got the Renoir product, which is quite lovely. Just stick it down. You know, it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to go through a gale force wind, so don't get too excited about how to stick it down. I just put it down a little bit. You don't want to put it in the centre because we're going to put the hole in the top. A little love heart hole. Simple, easy. That's what we're going to hold our ornament onto. And white on white, you probably can't see, it's not as easy to see, but it's quite lovely. And I might just use some crystal glitter. And that's the crystal just gives you a little hint of colour, but it doesn't do any, doesn't sort of change the feel. It just gives you that lovely icebergy feel onto this, which I quite love. And then I'll put a little base in here. So we need a little Christmas tree base. And then just keeping the white on white theme, because I want to keep it really, really simple, is taking a little bit of ribbon to string that up with. So again, depending on where you're going to put them and how you're going to use them. So just remember, keep your Kindy Glitz, it needs to dry for at least 2 hours. So I'm just going to do this just quickly to show you, and then I'll lie it back down again, because otherwise we're going to have a Kindy Glitz kerfuffle. So I've just put that through. You can put your ribbon in however you like. I just like doing it this way because it's quite easy and simple. And then we've got the white bauble. And look how divine that is. Isn't that beautiful? And it's really, really elegant. It's simple. If you're having people over for Christmas, maybe you can just put these and hang them all on the top of your curtain. So you've got that whole ornament happening on the curtain, and as people come in, you can have their card written on the back with their name on the front, and they get their own personalised thing, and hanging them all up is quite stunning. So isn't that yummy? Like so beautiful and elegant. yet still Christmassy. So that's, you know, we don't want to take Christmas out of Christmas. So that's the tree. So keeping on the circle, because how much fun are circles? Again, this is a little thing we did when we were all kids, I know. Put two shapes onto each other. You cut that, so all I did was take the scissors and cut them up to the middle. And then you put them into each other like that, like so. Just check it before you do any hole punching. And yes, look, I've got my four-sided circle. Nice. So let's just undo it again. Okay, what we're going to do, because the circle sits like this, we need to have the holes happening in the same space. So that's on the top. I'm just making sure that that's all nicely aligned. So when I put it in, I'm not going to have some strange things happening. Yep. So again, wrap your circles in. Then flatten them when they're wrapped. So did you see what I did? I put them in half and then I flatten them. Simple. It's pretty easy, isn't it? Nothing's too tricky here yet. Keep it flat and then put your holes into the top. Put it through the two so that they're pretty even, if you can. Nice and strong. And we're going to go red here, because how can you go past? Oh no, pink! Change colour. So while it's flat, just put your ribbon through it. Makes it much quicker. These are really yummy, you'll like this. And then you open them up. So see, now, see it's much, much easier. We're going to open them up and pull our ribbon through the top. You've just got to be a bit firm with getting it to sit. And once you've got it, there we go. Don't pull the ribbon too tight because that will make it. And look at that. So again too, once we embellish that, like that's really, really simple. How simple, you just saw how quick that was to make. And it does have, I quite like things to move. It's summertime, we have our windows open, we spend a lot of time outside. You could actually just make a whole heap of these and get creative. You know, like our little white on white bauble, use different heights, use different sort of elements of it so that it's all not same, boring. Just get a bit sort of interesting and experiment. You know, ribbon is really simple. Just talking about ribbon, we have tons of satin ribbon, obviously. We just get a satin ribbon roll and we've got the choice. We're lucky because we have a wide range of choice, but if you're going to do them for Christmas, maybe just pick 2 or 3 colours or even just 1 colour of ribbon and just get a big roll of that and move on. I highly, highly recommend Vandoris ribbons, vandoris.com.au. They do beautiful ribbon, family business. They're a wonderful, wonderful group of people. They develop their own product as well, but they have a wide range, and you know that they're good quality because you don't want to do things where ribbons start to snap. And please don't use curling ribbon. I'm not a fan of the curling ribbon. That's just my little hint. Okay, so now back to our shapes. So I've got a scalloped card. So these are beautiful, just as simple flat cards, yes? So simple flat cards are, you can just write on it and put it into an envelope and you're done. You can actually put it onto another card, which will give you the nice contrast with the scallop edge. But I'm going to use it here as a place card. So just fold it in half, because half is very simple, nice and easy. And then we put the Christmas tree on top. And then you've got a place card. So you can put this card through your printer, as it is, set your printer size as the card size, run it through and put your guest name onto there. Maybe a little Merry Christmas message. And then let's just quickly embellish our tree. So we're going to go traditional Christmas, red. But this time, instead of doing my normal balls with the tree, I'm just going to put little, because it's going to sit flat down. So just keeping it red and white. Really, really simple and traditional, which is nice. Now, I forgot to tell you, I've put a calico sheet above my ironing board because it's a nice height to work on. But always work on calico, because you don't. The last thing you want to do is ruin a table. So just put a little bit of glue onto your card, and just put your tree down. Because what I want to do is I want to kindy glitz that last bit of tree, but I didn't want to do it on the tablecloth. So we just put the last bit of. I will hold this up. Just a nice bit of Christmas fun, and look at that. Isn't that yummy? Look at that, simple. And if you wanted to do blue and white, just wipe the kindy glitz off there. If you wanted to do blue and white, you could do blue and white. If you wanted to do green, you can do different colours, whatever you like to do. But how yum. So it's really, really, see, easy and fun. I'm just going to lie that down because it's best to dry flat. but you can see that we've got that there. And then you can also, so these come in packs of 10, so you can see you don't have to do 10 of the same thing, yeah? Simple, simple, easy. The love heart. I can't go past. I love hearts, because I'm a romantic probably, but this is a really, really cute. So this is my love heart punch, so I'm going to do something a little bit different with my love heart punch. I'm not just going to punch it as an ornament, I'm going to run the punch along the edge. So, and you know, just do it all in one sitting, so you're sort of getting the intervals sort of right, but there's no exact science here, so don't get stressed out if one sort of looks a little bit out, because you have that nice sort of feel. And I'm doing this live at 5, so you can see we're not doing 10 to come up with one to show you. It really is this simple and fun. And then you can experiment with your shapes and your colours as well. Maybe practice on a little piece of paper, and ta-da, look at that. Look at a little heart of hearts, which is really, really lovely. And again too, if you put that against a coloured background, you'll have that coming through, so you almost have that lace effect as well. So you can hang that, and that can also be your ornament. You can do quite a sweet little tree. Let's do a little green tree in the middle to give it that Christmas thing. So if you're doing a first birthday, you can also just put one in the middle there, that's easy. So let's just do our tree. And I'm not an artist by any means, but I just want to show you that you can just do some really simple, beautiful things with Kinderglitz. And just get Christmassy, you know, get festive. And if Christmas doesn't mean trees and stars for you, that's fine too, just get festive. There's our sweet little tree. What do you reckon? Pretty cute. So we'll be back in a sec with some more tags. We'll give you a breather. You're probably all overwhelmed and excited by all the lovely things you've seen. See you back here with our Kinderglitz in our shape.